All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and the proper names in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahawah, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Ma'amath. Yahawah being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly and willingly call God or Jehovah. Bahashem meaning in the name of. Yahweh Shai meaning he who delivers, who the world ignorantly and willingly call JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Ahar One Biasha Allah, out of Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect, pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the 1/3 remnant believers of Yahawah Shem Yahshua, Shalom, Shalom. It's going to be a quick lesson put together through the spirit and power of Yahawah Shem Yahshua, and I pray that it be edifying. And I'm going to start off in the book of Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach, chapter 40 and verse 1. And it says, "Great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to their mother's womb." So, right, great travail is created for every man, from the day that we come, enter into this matrix. We enter into this matrix from the womb, and we in this flesh. So we have to basically mind the things of the flesh, but the sons of Adam have to actually walk in the spirit at the same time. Those that were chosen. But that great travail is going to be upon every man, that enter into this womb. You see what I'm saying? To the day that they return to the mother of all things. It says, verse 2, their imagination of things to come as a day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart. So right, and we see it, the imagination of things to come, Jacob's trouble. You see what I'm saying? World War III, race wars, just insurrection. All these things are coming, and it's in everybody, and you can feel that spirit on this earth today. And you got people training with weapons and firearms, trying to get ready. People, in the gym trying to, learn a martial arts or just trying to get stronger or to prepare their mind. People just do, people preparing for the worst right now, and you see it. But you got people in the spirit of mirth that don't got the Lord, just frolicking around. Them the people that's gonna croak first, basically. But it says their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart. Right, and these elites ultimately, they are troubled in their thoughts, to where they thinking of every imagination that they can to upset prophecy. You got these devils want to go back in time. You got these devils want to, just erase, try to do away with our whole nation, and them showing their fear is through these movies. A devil will have a dream about something, World War III, nukes and stuff. So then he spent all his money trying to make a movie about it. You see what I'm saying? A devil will have a nightmare about a demon that the Lord put on him that caused that demon to follow this man around. So the first thing he doing is making a movie about it. Basically trying to show us his fears. It says their imagination of things to come, the day of death, trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart from him that sitteth on the throne of glory unto him that is humble in earth and ashes, from him that weareth purple and a crown unto him that is clothed with a linen frock. So right, let the righteous be righteous still, let the wicked be wicked still. From the king on this earth all the way to the poorest man on this earth. You see what I'm saying? All of us basically. Verse 1. You see what I'm saying? That heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. But every man. It says great travail is created for every man. You see what I'm saying? So the wicked are going through way more things than the righteous, even though they prosper. You see what I'm saying? They prosper in their way. They still going through more things than the righteous, basically. You see what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done with, the ones that don't got the fear of the Lord on them or weren't chosen from the foundation of the earth, their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts. You see what I'm saying? to where it's you could feel the spirit on this earth. Basically, what I'm trying to say, even though I said it over and over again. And it says, verse 5, wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife. And in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep do change his knowledge. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to get it again. Verse 5, wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife. And in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep do change his knowledge. A little or nothing is his rest, and afterwards he is in his sleep, as in a day of keeping watch, trouble in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of a battle. So right, they having nightmares of the things that come. You see what I'm saying? They can't sleep. I was just talking to this Jake, he from Puerto Rico. Today he was telling me, yeah, man, I'm getting deployed again. I'm going to Africa. He's like, yeah, man. I said, you going to war? He was like, yeah, he's security over there or something. I said, you ever shot somebody? And he younger than me, I think. And he's like, yeah, twice. He said the first time, that's the worst thing that I ever did in my life. He said the first time I had real bad nightmares about it. You know what I'm saying? He was telling me how he had nightmares about it. And when you look at him, he look like a cool, humble person. He always smiling. You see what I'm saying? And he just a cool Northern Tribe brother. That's what I see when I talk to him. They teach me Spanish. You know what I'm saying? All that. You see what I'm saying? But he was telling me how he had nightmares about, the things that he had to do, over that war. And God, man, that unquietness, all these things, are basically it's a word that I'm looking for the wicked, man. All these things are for the wicked. It said wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife. And in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep do change his knowledge, right? So, and that's why you will see these movies, man. These movies, I can't watch scary movies. And I learned that because back in the G, when I was just graduating high school, I was with this, I ain't gonna speak on it, but basically I was with a woman that was always going to the club. And I'm not a club person. You see what I'm saying? So when she would go to the club, I just go to the movies by myself. And I was watching this movie, that shit was called Lights Out. Every time the lights go off, a demon will pop up. And that shit, that movie fucked me up so bad, man, that I felt like that demon was following me, man, because I was doing some wicked shit, and I knew for a fact that I had demons on me back then. I felt it every day. You see what I'm saying? From all the adultery, all the depression, and everything that I was doing, it was really weighing my spirit down. And I had a dream. As a matter of fact, one night I went in my room, and it was only 3 people in the house: my mom, my brother, and me. It was a big house. And I closed the door. I closed my room door and I locked it and I went to sleep. And then I had a dream that I'm walking down the street and there was a fucking purse it was a purse floating in the sky following me. And it was that Lights Out demon bitch on that movie. So if you Google it, look at the picture. I wouldn't advise nobody to watch the movie, but if you Google it, look at the picture, you'll know what I'm talking about. The bitch was following me in my dream, man. And in the dream, it was a purse floating in the sky. I turned around and I said, "Stop following me." You see what I'm saying? And I woke up. And when I woke up, my door was wide open. I remember I locked it in before I went to sleep, so I went and asked my mom, I was like, "Hey, man, y'all came in my room last night?" Man, I probably was sleepwalking, who knows? You see what I'm saying? All I know is my door was wide open. I know couldn't nobody get in because I locked that motherfucker. I was like, damn, man, some crazy shit going on. You see what I'm saying? So I can't watch no scary movies. You see what I'm saying? But more of the story why I brought that out, because it says the imagination of things to come, the day of death, trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart, for nightmares and shit. The Esau put these movies together because they having nightmares of going into slavery. Hence, you see the movie 1968, Planet of the Apes. You see what I'm saying? Talks about what's going to happen to Esau in the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And it says, verse 5 again, wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife, and in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep do change his knowledge. A little or nothing is his rest, and afterwards he is in his sleep, as in the day of keeping watch. Trouble in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of a battle. When all is safe, he awaketh and marveleth that the fear was nothing. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. So the sinners, the sinners of our people, the sinners of the wicked, the sinners of the heathen, they all troubled in their sleep about the things that's coming, the purge, all these things. This is what was scaring these people, because ultimately they're not making wisdom and knowledge. This is the stability of their time. You see what I'm saying? Verse 9, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, right? Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood, right? And for their sakes coming these damn nukes too. The first and the second death. It says these things were created for the wicked, man, when it's all said and done with. So, the day of the Lord is going to be like a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, and ran in the house and leaned his hand upon the wall, and a serpent bit him. Trouble to trouble. Whatever your judgment written, that's what you're going to find when the Lord judgment began to, come upon the earth in record numbers, basically, man, when it's all said and done with. I'm going to get this next precept, just to basically, back this up, because we seeing it, how the Lord will make a Tesla crash, and a nigga be in that bitch screaming and crying, like, hell no, let this shit blow up right now and burn me, please. You know what I'm saying? He was in that screaming for a long time. You see what I'm saying? This is Zephaniah 3 and verse 5. It says, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So every morning you see the Lord's judgment. Every morning, noon, night, you see somebody read somebody done got hit by a fire truck. Tesla done crashed, man burned alive. Woman unalives her child. Man unalives his fiance. You know what I'm saying? We see it, the judgment go forth. So our best bet is to stay out the way and stay off the Lord's toes, because his judgment is coming to light every morning. You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, when it's all said and done with, we don't have to do anything. You see what I'm saying? The only thing we can do is trust in Yahawah when it's all said and done with, and stay out the way, so he won't bring that death and that scourge and that famine, that tribulation, and all those things that was created for the wicked, so he won't bring it our way. So it run right past you, go around you. Don't even get too close. You know what I'm saying? Psalms chapter 125 and verse 1. It says, they that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. So right, the Lord is, the Lord sent his angels to be around, to be like security into us, and we can't even see it. You see what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, when all these things come upon the earth, we're not going to be paranoid. We might be a little shaken up, but at the end of the day, if the Lord doesn't let you survive 4 days, you know what I'm saying? And you see a nigga die every day and it's just not happening to you, that's proof in the pudding, man. That, the Lord, basically, he protecting you. Well, there's been a lot of situations where you was supposed to check out, but the Lord protecting you, basically. You said, but it says, they that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed. You're not going to be able to be removed. Nobody's going to be able to pluck us out of the Lord's hand, and nobody's going to be able to cause our foot to slip. But abide it forever, as the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. So, right, the rod of the wicked ain't going to rest upon the lot of the righteous. You're not going to be touched by, what it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, which is thy sword, the Lord's sword, that rod that he, these spirits created for vengeance, that please the wrath of him that made them. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. So, right, you don't want to put forth your hand into iniquity. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to do anything that's going to anger the Lord, or you don't want to do anything that's going to cause the Lord to come and touch you. You see what I'm saying? It says, verse 4, do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. All right, you want to be upright in heart, so the Lord can be good unto you. You see what I'm saying? Verse 5, as for such as turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity. So you don't want the Lord you don't even want to turn aside into your crooked ways. You see what I'm saying? For the ones that don't believe, probably not going to watch this video. You see what I'm saying? It says the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity. But you see what he say he's going to do to those that work iniquity. Verse 3, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hand unto iniquity. So you don't want to touch iniquity. You don't want to be about it, because then the Lord going to put that rod on you. But you don't know what that rod could be. That rod could be a crazy ass nigga just escaped a sane asylum, and he hit your ass with a you know what I'm saying, stab you up 144 times. You out of all people. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's so many ways that the Lord could get you. It's, you know what I'm saying? I got my imagination. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, running wild right now. So I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Verse 4, do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity. But peace shall be upon Israel. So, right, man. You just want to be good, do good, be humble and meek. You see what I'm saying? Don't turn aside into crooked ways, because the Lord, you don't want the Lord to lead you forth with the workers of iniquity, because you read in Sirach chapter 40 all the things that was created for the wicked. You see what I'm saying? About us being righteous and trying our best to continue in our righteousness, it causes us to be holy and separate from the world, basically, man. Holy and separate. The Lord look at us, we got his name written in our foreheads. When it's all said and done, we're going to physically write it on us when we get those new bodies. But our mind has always stayed on Yahawah, basically is what I'm trying to say. But this is the book of Sirach, chapter 15, and verse 11. It says, say not thou, it is the Lord that I fell away, for thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated. So don't basically, make an excuse for the things that you do and say, well, the Lord this. The Lord the reason why. Don't he do all things? The Lord the reason, you know what I'm saying? Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away, for thou oughtest not to do these things that he hated. That Lord hate these things. You see what I'm saying? Verse 12. Say not thou, he have caused me to err, for he have no need of the sinful man. So right, don't say that the Lord caused me to go off. You see what I'm saying? Because scripture say he had no need for the sinful man. The Lord only dealing with the righteous. And in the wicked, he gonna lead them forth into iniquity. You see what I'm saying? Verse 12 again, say not thou, I gotta say it 3 times. He have caused me to err, for he have no need of the sinful man, right? So, and that's just what it is. And saying it 3 times don't really mean nothing. I just said that just to, put that out there, you know, when it's all said and done with. Verse 13, the Lord hated all abomination, and they that fear Yahawah love it not. So the Lord hates all abomination, and they that fear Yahawah love it not. So we on his side. You know what I'm saying? We on his side. We on his team when it's all said and done with. So at the in the grand scheme of things, whatever the Lord hate, we supposed to hate it too. When it's all said and done, whatever the Lord abhors, we abhor it too. We on his side. You see what I'm saying? It says the Lord hated all abomination, and they that fear Yahawah love it not. So if he hated, we hate it. Verse 14, he himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, he has set fire and water. He has set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. You see what I'm saying? Before man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given him. So right, life and death. So either you gonna do the things to where the Lord can prolong your life, or you gonna do the things where the Lord can cause swift judgment to come upon you and kill you, unalive you. You see what I'm saying? He set fire and water before you. You see what I'm saying? Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. When it's all said and done with, choose a side, pick a side. Either you for the Lord, Yahawah shall shine all things, or you're going to do the things that 2/3 of our people do, because they are of their father, the devil. So either you're going to, either you going to love the devil and hate the Lord, or you're going to love the Lord and hate every false way. You see what I'm saying? Verse 17, before man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given him. So whatever you like, that's what the Lord going to give you. You see what I'm saying? So choose wisely. Verse 18, for the wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholding all things. And his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man. So right, the Lord knows all things. He sees all things. So it's your best bet to try to walk as circumspectly as you can in these last days. You see what I'm saying? Because people finna lose it. Niggas is finna real deal lose it. Lose their mind, their membrane, their mental, all of it. Verse 20, he have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. So right, you don't have a license to do wickedly, a license to sin. You see what I'm saying? You can't just do whatever you want to do out here, because Satan will throw a thought in your head real quick, and then you act on it. The Lord is going to come with that belt. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what that belt going to be. You see what I'm saying? You don't know how he feeling at that moment. He might say, give his ass 144 lashes. You see what I'm saying? You can't even take one. He say 144. You see what I'm saying? I can't even take one. That's the best way I put it. I can't even take one. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to stretch forth my hand to do wickedly, iniquity. I'm going to take my lick, and I'm going to just do what needs to be done. Passover come. I want a lot of lamb, no bitter herbs, a little bit of bitter herbs. You see what I'm saying? Basically, verse 20. He have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. So right here, he given no man license to sin. He commanded nobody to do nothing wicked. So when it's all said and done with, walk circumspectly. So like you, walk circumspectly and be on point out here when it's all said and done with. Because if not, niggas Satan, they come around and try to put a thought in your head real quick to get you to transgress the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Then you act on it, and then he coming for you. It ain't safe for you. You see what I'm saying? Your best bet is to hit your knees and pray, and Lord, please. You see what I'm saying? Please forgive me. You see what I'm saying? And come on, man. But basically, they of the elect not gonna draw back into iniquity, or stretch forth their hand to iniquity, or I'm gonna start to get this precept, to basically back that point up. Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 38, it says, now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. The just is going to live by faith. We're going to know that Yahawah shall got us into the end. We're going to know that Yahawah Shem Yahushua is going to protect us. We're going to know that can't nothing happen to us unless Yahawah Shem Yahushua sign off on it. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord not going to just, bully us and pick on us for no reason. Everything that he do for us is to make us stronger, whether it feel good or not. It's to make us, strong soldiers and individuals in his truth. You see what I'm saying? It says, now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. So you don't want to draw back into the world, draw back into that old man, draw back in doing the things that you used to do. You see what I'm saying? All the things, all the demons of the Lord cast out of you, you don't want to go and, pick them back up and consume them back in. You see what I'm saying? So if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. So, right, we're not going to draw back into perdition because we are those that believe unto the saving of the soul. And I'm going to get that word perdition in the Blue Letter Bible. You see what I'm saying? Salakia. Dang. Boom. Salakia. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Apolia, I believe. And it says, destroying, utter destruction of vessels, of perishing, ruin, destruction of money, the destruction which consists of eternal misery and hell, thermonuclear fire, basically that destruction, that utter destruction of vessels. We're not going back to perdition. You see what I'm saying? Anything that doesn't have the spirit of Yahawah Shem Yahushua is basically vain, perdition, and anything that's going to destroy you. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to stay up in this truth, or we're going to stay up in this house. You see what I'm saying? The door wide open. We ain't going close. We ain't going towards the door. We inside the house, looking around, looking at old pictures and, you know what I'm saying, reading these stories. You see what I'm saying? We in the Lord's house, basically. You see what I'm saying? When it's all said and done with, so we're not going to go back into that perdition, that destruction, everything that the Lord, took away from us, man. We're going to do what needs to be done, for the Lord to give us a apartment in the sky, basically, a place to stay in his house, show us our room. We inside the door, waiting for the Lord to show us our living quarters. But verse 38 again, now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but unto them that believe to the saving of the soul. So, right, man, and that's just what it is, man. And I'm going to get this last precept in the book of Ephesians, and I pray that this lesson was edifying. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 22. And it says, verse 21, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him as the truth is in Yahawah, that ye put off concerning the former conversations the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. So, right, when it's all said and done with, you got to put off the old man, the old person that you used to be when you come into the truth. When you come into this truth, you got to do a complete 180. 360 is you going around a whole circle, and then now you back who you used to be. You want to do a 180. You want to turn from the things that you used to be, the man that you used to be, and become a new creature in the spirit, man. You see what I'm saying? And it says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after Yahawah is created in righteousness and true holiness. All right, when it's all said and done with, not like that fake holiness in the church. You want to be true, that true holiness. Hollow mean to be separated. You see what I'm saying? Holy, you got to be separated from the world and be a new creature in Yahawah Mashiach. Meaning that when your friends come around you, they're not even going to notice you. Shit you not. I had my best friend in the world. We was the best of friends. And then I had my son in 2018 because he had my best friend had went to the military. And I remember our first conversation. when after I had my son, I grew up in a matter of months, and he realized it to where I knew for a fact that me and him wasn't gonna be friends too much longer after I had my son, my first son. You see what I'm saying? So it got to a point to where I realized that I outgrew him, and he realized it too. You see what I'm saying? Because that first conversation, I was coming to him like a man when it comes to, talking like a man. And he just knew for a fact that he lost his friend. You see what I'm saying? He ain't recognized me no more. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not the same. I wasn't the same childish boy who ain't had no responsibilities. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you want to be when it comes to this truth. You want to be a whole new creature, but still be yourself at the same time. Still be yourself, but be a whole new creature. People can't come to you and talk about the old things that they used to talk to you about. You see what I'm saying? And it says, wherefore putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. Verse 26, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. So, right, you could be angry, but sin not. Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath, and don't stretch forth your hand to do wickedly, because once you do, you don't know what the Lord gonna do to you, man. You see what I'm saying? So your best bet is to stay in this truth, do that 180, become a new creature in Yahawah HaMashiach, and walk this straight road and enter in at the straight gate. That's all we can do, man. So come on, man. I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom, on to the next.